If you're an online teacher in either Washington State or New York State, I need you to fully commit to watching this entire video. And if you're not in New York State or Washington, please, this is still important for everyone to know and be aware of. So don't leave yet. This is super important, guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jillian Shanahan. I'm an online teacher. I also help online teachers get hired, and then after they're hired, continue to grow their bookings and their income. I am an online teacher that is also an independent contractor. This month we received news that VIPKid is no longer hiring teachers from the states of New York and Washington. This will be effective on October 31st. So if you're planning on getting hired at VIPKid, you need to have your contract signed by October 31st. Like, not interviewed, but you have to have your contract signed before October 31st. VIPKid, which is the biggest online teaching company, no longer hires from California, and pretty soon New York State and Washington State are going to be added to that list. Yay! Not really. If you have been here for a while, you may have seen me talk about this last year. But in case this is all news to you, just a quick recap. September 18th, 2019, California signed and approved the AB 5 law, and it became effective on January 1st of this year. This law changes the status of independent contractors to employees. Do I want to be someone's employee? No, thank you. I've been down that road, and what we're doing right now works so much better than the whole employee deal. Like, this, being a gig worker, being an independent contractor, this is where it's at. I'm doing so much better now that I'm an independent contractor than I ever did as an employee. Please do not take this away from me. Please and thank you. So this bill, which is meant to protect independent contractors such as you and I, is now forcing the largest online education company to just not hire you. Way to go, California! You guys nailed it. So in September of last year, the New York State Senate proposed Bill S6699A. And in October, the New York State Assembly proposed Bill A8721A. And Washington has their own bill, SB 6276. In January of this year, all of these bills were heard for the first time. The way that these bills are written affects pretty much everyone that's an independent contractor. To keep your status as an independent contractor, you have to meet a couple of the criteria, which one of the criteria is you have to be doing something outside the company's normal job mission. So VIPKid is an education company. You could clean their toilets, but you cannot be a teacher. Now, this also affects jobs like realtors, but realtors have really big organizations behind them that fight for them. My senator even told me over the phone when I talked to him about this last year that realtors are probably not going to be affected because of these large groups that fight for them, which we don't have as online teachers. So who's gonna fight for us? New York State had a hearing last year. This is fun. You guys gotta watch this. I'm gonna show you a clip here. And they invited some gig workers and independent contractors from different companies to come and talk to the Senate and the Assembly, including a VIPKid teacher. Check it out.
Workers, independent contractors, even those that work at home. If you're home doing, you do online teaching, correct? If you are in the midst of putting in some time, I'm assuming you do this online.
Yes.
And God forbid you have an accident, you slip and fall out of your office chair and get hurt. What recourse do you have today?
The recourse would be cleaning my house and making sure my chair is safe. That would be on me.
But if you get hurt to the point that you are not able to continue working or meeting your obligations, would you have access to unemployment insurance? Do you have access to workers' comp or any of those other benefits today?
I don't have access to any of those things, but as an unemployed mother, I also do not have access to those things.
Really? So they're worried about us falling off of a chair. Unemployment insurance and workers' compensation? This has nothing to do with us. So they want us to become employees so that we can pay the states part of the money that should and would normally be coming to us. So that if we are irresponsible and we're using broken equipment or our home is unsafe, we can then hold a company that is probably located in China responsible for our inability to adult. Okay, I see, this is starting to make sense, right? Does this make sense to you guys? Because it doesn't make sense to me. Hold up. Let me get this straight. You're telling me that I can trade in my paycheck of $20 an hour to $100 an hour that I'm getting paid right now. I can trade that in for the same job, but probably make minimum wage and maybe have more restrictions put on me because I'm an employee. But if my chair breaks and I get hurt, I can get paid 2/3 of my income multiplied by my percentage of my disability as long as my disability lasts for 14 days or longer. Where do I sign up? Let's do the math here. So say for example, I'm making $100 a day as a VIPKid teacher and I'm working 5 days a week. That's $500 a week that I would normally be making. A wheel breaks on my Papazon chair. I don't know how, but it happened. I fall a whopping 18 inches down to the ground. No! And I break my foot. I can't work anymore. 2/3 of my income is $330. 10% disability of a broken foot would be $33 a week. 25% disability would be $82.50 a week. 50% disability from a broken foot, let's be real, that's not happening. 50% disability would be $165 a week. Now say for example, they decided that my broken foot actually constituted for 100% disability, the maximum I could ever get would be $330. But in order to get paid anything, I have to be out for 2 weeks. Probably not gonna get anything. Let's be real, we all know how workers' comp works. But say I get awarded 10% disability for that. I think 10% would be the safest assumption. You're not getting 25 or 50% disability for a broken foot when you sit in a chair. So I'm losing $467 a week of my income. I gotta be out for 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, I've lost almost $1,000. I could be buying a really nice chair that would also be a tax write-off for what I'm losing. Oh yeah, tax write-offs. As of 2018, the tax laws changed, so you can't write your stuff off anymore if you're an employee. As an independent contractor, you can. We also need to take into consideration that we're not going to be making $20 to $100 an hour anymore. Our wages are going to be cut because now that our company employs us, they have to pay money to employ us. And where is this money going to come from? Our paychecks. And since we're employees, we also have to take into consideration that we're probably gonna have set hours and we won't have flexible schedules. We will not have the ability to control our schedule. They're gonna tell us when we need to work. Wow, this deal sounds really good, doesn't it? Employee status does not work for us. So team, here's what I want you to do. I want you to call and email your senator. They've all heard from me, at least in New York State. I think I've called and emailed all of them. But I'm only one voice, so I need your help. I want you to ask them to vote no. In New York State, you can go to the actual proposal, the actual bill proposal on the government page, and you could say nay and leave a comment saying why you're voting nay. Leave a comment, sign the petition. I'm gonna put all these links in the description box so that you can do these things. And I'm gonna make it really easy for you. VIPKid is taking actions for New York State and Washington State residents before anything happens. They know that there's a strong possibility this is going to get passed. It hasn't been passed yet, but it's coming, and they go signature crazy on election years. Twice as many bills are signed into law on election years than non-election years. And take this serious. It happened in California, it's happening in New York, it's happening in Washington. If you're not in any of those states, there's a strong chance that your state is coming next. Please make your voice heard. We don't have these strong organizations like realtors do to back us up. Our voices are the only things that are going to stop this from happening. Call and email your senator, sign the petition, and then share this video. Ask your friends and your family to watch this and take action with you. All right, go team go. I'm counting on you. We are counting on you. Together we can do this. We need to make our voices heard and we need to take action now. This is coming. And we can stop it, but we need our voices united. I don't usually like to get political on my YouTube channel, and I do apologize for that. If you haven't already yet, please hit subscribe. I will be giving you any updates as I receive them myself. All right, good luck. I got some senators to call. Just kidding, I'm fine, and I like my paycheck the way it is.